team really struggles from the charity stripe, something that maybe those close games, those 5-6 point losses, better shooting from the line could have maybe given them the win. She was also talking about all their games, how they were close. Vikings team very strong on defense, very senior-led group, and they're all very tight-knit, she was talking about, very deep bench for the Vikings as well. Experienced group, of course, comes with the seniority and then the people in the game making an impact. As I was talking about earlier, that Badgers Southwest now consists of Edgewood, Mount Horeb, Monroe, and Oregon for basketball, and then football. Not entirely sure how it was realigned. Will and Jack, maybe you could get into that a little bit, but the Badger Conference definitely a lot different than it was a couple years ago.
I'm not quite sure, but I know they weren't playing those teams like, when you think of Mount Horeb, you usually think they're one of their biggest rivalries is teams like Wanakee and Baraboo, but they didn't see those teams at all this year.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about earlier is back in my high school days, well, that's only a couple of years ago, but I always look forward to those Wanakee and Defo games like no other, especially if they're on the road, because both teams really gave the Wanakee and the DeForest teams good games.
Yeah.
I believe with that, 7 minutes and 42 seconds left in this pregame show. We'll take our first break. You're listening to Mount Horeb Basketball on Wisco Radio.
Doctors Steve Samuelson and Lauren Taw are your local eye care professionals. Samuelson Eye Care provides the highest quality optometric care for both adults and children in a friendly, comfortable, and professional environment. Clear vision starts with healthy eyes, so contact Samuelson Eye Care at 437-3377. That's 437-3377 to schedule an exam today. You'll be glad you did.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Wisconsin high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Located in the heart of beautiful Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, Norsk Golf Club boasts a tough but fair 9 holes that will be challenging and fun for golfers of all ages. Norsk Golf Club is dedicated to serving our community by creating a family-friendly destination for golf, outdoor recreation, and entertainment in every season while preserving the irreplaceable green space in the center of Mount Horeb. Don't forget about our bar and grill, bowling lanes, and to stop by and watch the Wisco Radio broadcasts. To book a tee time, visit us online at norskgolfclub.com or call 608-437-3399. That's 608-437-3399.
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves. Providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb, our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit MountHorebUtilities.com.
Are you in need of chiropractic services? Dr. Joe Ryan's Mount Horeb Chiropractic will provide the finest chiropractic care for each and every patient. Dr. Ryan uses advanced spinal correction and chiropractic adjustments utilizing state-of-the-art techniques. Dr. Ryan has years of training, expertise, and experience in helping patients get relief from their back pain, neck pain, and other related conditions. Located at 1840 Business Highway 18151 next to Pizza Hut, or call 608-437-0099 to set up an appointment today.
Wisco Radio, the leader in Wisconsin prep sports.
Hey, welcome back to you here from Mount Horeb High School. Just a few ticks over 4 minutes left in this pregame show. Diving into a few keys to the game for the Vikings. If you've been listening to Wisco a few years now, not only might you recognize my voice, this is Daniel Linz, but you may know what I'm about to say already. Keys to the game for the Vikings. Free throws, as I was saying earlier, Emily Wallace, senior guard, said the Vikings struggle from the line. So definitely getting to the line and then knocking those down may be to their advantage this game. Free throws along with transition buckets, getting out and running with the ball may be a big key for the Vikings, and then watching them warm up just in front of us. Skip pass looks to be one of their big keys. So skip pass 3 might catch the Edgewood defense off guard. Will and Jack, what else can you guys think of?
I think for starters, just defense. We're going to get those rebounding, especially on the defensive end. Don't let Edgewood get all these offensive rebounds, because that'll come back and hurt you in the long run especially.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe on the offensive side of the ball, they be more aggressive. If they miss a shot, maybe go box a defender out and get that rebound back, and maybe get another shot off and get a couple extra points, get another chance.
With that, 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in this pregame. We'll take one final break. You're listening to Mount Horeb Basketball on Wisco Radio.
Did you know that one of the top global providers of 3D printing and additive manufacturing services is located right here just outside of Mount Horeb? Since 2001, Midwest Prototyping has been creating parts and prototypes for companies worldwide. To learn more, visit MidwestProto.com. Midwest Prototyping proudly supports Mount Horeb students through internships, technical education programs, and athletics. Go Vikings!
The Grand Stay Hotel and Suites is a brand new hotel in Mount Horeb. The Grand Stay caters to business and leisure travelers and is ideal for individuals and families. In a convenient location near Madison, Grand Stay is also a great option for guests visiting neighboring Barneveld or Epic Systems in Verona. We offer clean, comfortable rooms, free hot breakfast, an indoor pool, hot tub, and a 24-hour fitness center. To see pictures, visit grandstaymount.horeb.com, book online, or call 608-437-5200 to make your reservation today.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team just like Kittleson Landscape has for over 25 years. Like many of you, Craig and his team have students and athletes in the Mount Horeb schools, and they are dedicated to their success and the overall success of the athletic programs. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscape specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
When the stadium lights go on, you know it's time for Mount Horeb Barneville football, and that's where you'll find Mark Norman and Associates. As a parent and local business owner, Mark knows the importance of supporting high school athletics, the athletic program, and Mount Horeb Barneville football. Mark Norman and Associates also knows the importance of buying or selling your property. At First Weber of Mount Horeb, Mark Norman and Associates want to help you find the perfect home in the area, whether it be in the town or in the country. For the expertise and the experience you need, call 608-575-3393 or visit them online, marknorman.firstweber.com.
This is Wisco Radio.
a great job done there by Mount Horeb senior Emma Clark. But we have a minute before these starting lineups. I'd like to give a couple shout-outs to some Mount Horeb former athletes, one being former quarterback Max Myler, of course. If you haven't heard, leading Whitewater one game short of the Stag Bowl, the D3 College Football Championship, as well as Owen Ziegler and Torrin Hanna, those two squaring off in Winona, Minnesota tomorrow night. A couple of Mount Horeb basketball players a few years back. Great to see everybody playing collegiately. For Edgewood, starting number 1, Taya Fernandez. Maisie Andes next, 5'5" senior guard. Following Andes is number 15, Allie Barth. Following her is Ellie Mergioli. And following her, last but not least, Amber Gross, 5'8" senior guard. For the Mount Horeb Vikings, a couple of things switched up for Coach Tom Lazar. Starting is number 34, 6' senior, Leah Leibfried. Following Leibfried is another senior, Addie Buys, number 32. Grace Vesterman, 5'6" senior guard. Following her, Vesterman on, of course, that cross-country team that had Rye Brandemule go to state. Emma Anderson, another senior, starting for Coach Lazar. And then the only junior in the starting lineup is Maisha Thompson, as Mike Jacques just came over, gave us all fist bumps. Pretty cool to see. NBC 15 sports anchor, always showing Mount Horeb some love. Student section decked out in gray. Will, Jack, what are you guys looking for this game?
I'm looking for a good game. Good rebounding. Hopefully close would be nice to get some action. Not sloppy either. That'd be pretty nice to have, but you never know in these games.
As we were talking about in a break, they realigned the whole conferences. And as I believe I said earlier, nobody really still understands who's in what conference. Of course, now this Badger Conference, as far as basketball goes, in pods, teams of 4 from what I've heard, as Emma Anderson and Allie Barr, 6' senior forward, tipping things off here. Vikings home white unis as Barth wins that tip-off, controlling things here is number 22, Amber Gross. Gross over to Andes. Andes down low, and first shot, game up, no good for Gross. Missed layup. Big another key to the game is converting those easy buckets. Over to Thompson in the corner. Thompson looking to Buys up top. Instead, picks up a screen from Anderson. Anderson out wide, swinging it around to the right side. Vesterman down low. Leibfried shot up, block, no good. Rebounded by Allie Bart, 6' senior forward. Another player on this Edgewood girls team, might have a familiar name, is Lily Moshkow. Moshkow, the cousin of former Crusader Estella Moshkow, played 3 years at Stanford, then going on to play as a grad student for the Badgers, now an assistant coach. Anderson surveying the court, picking up a screen from Leibfried. Anderson driving the lane, tough shot, up no good. Another rebound, her second of the game for Allie Barth. Now Taya Fernandez, 5'5" sophomore, down court in a hurry, shot up, no good. Amber Gross, about a minute into this game, and no score yet. Risky pass there, nearly stolen. Thompson open, batted a couple of times by Taya Fernandez, and will stay Vikings ball. 17:01 left in this first half as Vesterman will inbound it. Grace Vesterman looking to Anderson, does not get it there, instead gets it to Buys in the corner, down to Vesterman, nearly stolen by Andes. Now back out to Vesterman. Vesterman dumping it down, and first foul of the game will be on the Crusaders. I believe they called that on Mary Gioli. They did indeed, her first of the game. Vesterman having a little bit of trouble getting this one in, and 5 seconds are called. Turnover Vikings, their first of the game. Inbounded quickly to Fernandez, back to number 22, Amber Gross, 5'8" senior guard. Now down low, batted away by Buys. That shot may have been blocked. Ellie Mergioli heavily contested shot there. Inbounded into the left corner, now up top to Andes. Andes driving right. Great defense there by Maisha Thompson to cut it off. That pass nearly stolen, now into the corner in front of the Mount Horeb student section. Shot up, no good for the Crusaders. Rebounded, and there is the first two of the game for Allie Barth. Allie Barth, number 15, 6-foot senior forward, getting the first points on the board. 16-14 left, 2-0 Crusaders. Thompson quickly down court layup, no good. Livefree pulls that one down. Her shot up, no good. And Emma Anderson getting the first two on the evening for Mount Horeb. Bringing it down now is Fernandez. Fernandez down low. That pass batted away by Thompson. Will be Mount Horeb ball.
Pretty sloppy game so far.
That's exactly what I was thinking. A couple of forced passes down low that maybe could have used a little bit more clock, of course, with no shot clock. And looks for a better shot, not turn it over. Vesperman nearly fouled by Fernandez. Nothing called. Vesperman shot. Top of the key, rattles home. Grace Vesperman knocking down the three. First three of the game on either side. 5-2 Vikings lead. 15:34 left in the first half. Breaking it across is Maisie Andes over to Gross, little off balance floater, no good. Vesperman running the point here. Over to Anderson. Anderson looking to drive baseline. Instead goes left to Byes, top of the key. And Byes walked to that second turnover on the ball game for Mount Horeb. And one thing you may have noticed as number 45, Grace Wonko, checks in 5'8" junior guard. One thing you may have noticed that maybe a surprise, Emily Wallace, senior guard, of course I mentioned quite a bit, not starting, has had a back injury most of the season that's kind of been messing with her. So see if she can come off the bench and provide a spark for Mount Horeb. Down to Barth. Barth back to her, top of the key, over to Fernandez. Fernandez looking to drive left, instead gets it to Wonko. Wonko looking down low. Great post D there by Leibfried. Not allowing anything down up to Wonko, top of the key. Wonko over to Andes. Andes trapped. Great defense here by the Vikings to Barth. Barth driving right. That pass tips, somehow stays with the Crusaders. And that, an errant pass, will be a backcourt violation. 5-2 Vikings. As we've said, guys, pretty sloppy game. What can be done to kind of fix that going forward?
Not forcing as many passes for starters. Hitting their shots, really, and defense got to be better. But mainly the force and pass thing, like they've been throwing it down low and they're double guarded, and the lane is literally full of people.
Not entirely sure what the call there. It is Edgewood ball. Maybe they called it tip pass. Edgewood in their all black road jerseys with the gold trim. Vikings, of course, home white unis. Pass being inbounded right in front of the scorer's table as Wonko looks and gets it into Fernandez. Fernandez driving right off balance. They are calling a walk. Fernandez may have gotten bumped a little bit there. Instead, referee calls a travel. Zoe Parker coming off the bench. Was talking to her a little bit pregame as well. She's kind of explaining this whole Badger conference realignment thing. As Zoe comes off the bench, looks to provide a spark. Into Parker in the corner. Corner three up and rattles out. Leibfried pulls it down, shot up and good. Into Andes now as Leibfried gets on the board. Andes gets it across the timeline looking for a screen. That pass batted away. It's stolen by Thompson. Thompson goes up. That shot blocked. Rebounded by Wonko. Over now to Andes. That ball poked away by Parker. And now Andes gets it to Fernandez right across half court. Fernandez down low to Barth. Into the corner to Andes. Over to Wonko, top of the key. Crusaders now swinging it around. That another errant pass. Maisha Thompson nearly getting her second steal of the game, as that will be a jump ball staying here for the Crusaders. Checking in for the Crusaders' number 4, Abby Myers, along with number 22, Amber Gross, coming back in. Fernandez running the point here for Edgewood over to Barth. Barth getting it down low. Skip pass out to the 3. That shot up no good for Myers, 5'6", senior guard. Ball on the court. Who else but Emma Anderson on the floor trying to get that. And another jump ball. 7-2 Vikings on top, 13:21 left. As number 3, Addie Anderson, a sophomore coming off the bench. As I said pregame, this is a very upperclassman-led team. Only one freshman on varsity and a handful of sophomores, rest juniors and seniors. What can the Vikings do with this experience, with the seniority, to pull this victory out, guys?
Well, in the big moments, of course, just the leadership has got to really help, because they help lead the younger classmen and just step up and make the plays. Not always scoring, but just lead and run the offense and tell everyone where they need to be.
Exactly, that leadership comes in big. As now Anderson looks to shoot, corner drives baseline, that gets cut off. Anderson now trapped to Vesperman. Vesperman driving left, looking for a screen from Anderson. Instead hands it off to Anderson. Anderson really likes that right baseline, up and under, fouled on the way up. First free throws here coming for the Vikings. One thing I was thinking about pregame, really from when I was a senior a couple years back to this season, the only thing that's changed starting lineup-wise is senior at the time Kenzie Coulthard graduating. But this Mount Horeb team, a lot of experience, as Anderson, her first up and good. So Emma Anderson gets on the board there. But last game I remember this Vikings team, as Anderson second is back iron, no good. Rebounded by Gross. One thing I remember this Vikings team, their last game, I remember, of course, a tough loss to eventual state runner-up Oregon in Oregon's gym. Very tough place to play, as Fernandez hits a 3 from the right corner, 8-5 now. But that Vikings team from that game to this game is essentially the same. Couple of different players, but otherwise pretty much the same team as it was a few years ago, so they can definitely use that to their advantage. Wallace. Emily Wallace, Wally, as she's affectionately known, coming off the bench after Emma Anderson walked with it. Now in to Fernandez. Fernandez, as I said, running the point here pretty much the entire game thus far for Edgewood, as she gets it over to Gross. Gross, Wonko now at top of the key over to Addie Schmatz, their 6'2 junior forward. Now Wonko in the corner, her pull-up is good. Nice little 5-0 spurt here by Edgewood. They put the full court press on the Vikings. See what the Vikings can do here. Wallace gets it down to Anderson. Addie Anderson, that is. Anderson sisters now both on the varsity level. Zoe Parker driving top of the key left, looking for the 3. Does not. Over to Burke. Wallace now driving back up top to Olivia Burke. Excuse me. Parker gets it down to Anderson. Anderson gets that one ripped away by Amber Gross. Gross looking to lay it in. Her shot up, no good. As I believe they will get Addie Anderson with the reach. First foul of the half for Mount Horeb. Indeed, they do call Addie Anderson with the foul as she checks out. As Anderson's sisters, Emma and Addie, checking out. Leibfried and Bies checking in for Mount Horeb. Inbounded now to Amber Gross. Gross driving left, now crossing right, driving the lane on Parker. Parker called, now they call it travel actually. Thought it might have been an and one, but they do call it travel. Great defense there by Zoe. Inbounded now to Parker. Parker driving right, getting out of that double team, looking to get it somewhere, and she's called with a travel. Fernandez gets it across half court. Down low, no foul called there on Leibfried. Sure, the Vikings will take it. Wallace now getting it to Leibfried, top of the key now to Parker in the corner. Parker driving baseline right, that's cut off. Zoe loses it. Another turnover from Mount Horeb. Now Vikings got to get back in transition D. Burke defending down low. Great transition D there by the Vikings. As number 31, Rowan Johnson, a sophomore, checking in, replacing Zoe Parker. As Abby Myers checks out for the Crusaders, in comes Lily Moshka. As I was talking about, cousin of Estella Moshka, went on to play D1 at Stanford, then Wisconsin, now coaching with the Badgers. Shout out to head coach Laura Staveness of Edgewood for that little tidbit. As inbounded now to the aforementioned Moshko. Moshko getting it to Schmatzer. Schmatzer, top key, Wonko. Now back to Fernandez. Fernandez looking around for a fellow Crusader. Driving right into the lane. Skip pass, 3 up and good for Moshko. Seen a lot of that from her sister in her high school days. I remember watching a few games of Estella's. Just that family can shoot. Now 8-0 run by Edgewood, 10-8. Crusaders on the road on top. Wallace to Leibfried. Leibfried, Burke in the corner. Burke's 3 up, no good. As that tipped out by Wonka will stay with the Vikings. Fernandez seeing her first time on the bench this game. Been in for the first about 8.5 minutes of this one. In for her is Andes, and in for the Vikings is Emma Anderson replacing Olivia Burke. Wallace in to Leibfried as Barth looks to check in. Next dead ball for Edgewood. Wallace now to Bias, top of key. Bias handing it off to Emma Anderson. Anderson driving right baseline through a congested lane, and he travels the call. Guys, that's another one of those turnovers that could easily be avoided if Anderson just takes her time, jump stop, maybe a floater, the layup could be there.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe even just find a pass instead. And that right side hasn't worked too well for her so far. Maybe try a different route next time.
Wallace checks out for Mount Horeb. Of course, seeing limited playing time under Coach Tom Lazar with that back injury. As Crusaders now lay up no good for Schmatzer, 6'2 junior, unable to connect from close range. 10-8, Edgewood on top. Exactly halfway through this first half at 9 minutes left. Leibfried driving right. Nearly turned over at Vesper, now with it recently checked in for Wallace as an illegal screen is called on Leah Leibfried. Vikings second, now both teams with 2 fouls on the half. Maisha Thompson checks in for the Vikings. Mary Gioli getting it in to Andes. Andes driving right, kicking into the corner to Barth. Barth top of the key, Schmatzer. Schmatzer, errant pass. That one somehow stays with the Crusaders. As driving right is Andes. Andes trapped, now getting it to Barth. Barth looking to skip it. She does indeed. Lane wide open, and maybe a little carelessness there for the Crusaders as well, as Addie Schmatzer travels, put her foot down before the ball. Third travel of this first half for the Crusaders. Crusaders still got that full court press going on. That's one thing I remember teams like Beaver Dam, Wanakee, DeForest used to do a few years ago. Press, press, press the entire game, try to force you to speed up and force some turnovers. Vikings break that successfully to Thompson in the right corner. Thompson getting it down to Baez. Back to Thompson off a deflection. Anderson thought about pulling it, instead drives the lane and traveled. Another instance where Emma kind of maybe almost rushed things a little bit. And as we were just talking about jump stop, look for a pass or maybe an open layup will come out of it. Moshkow now bringing it across, crossing left to Schmatzer. Schmatzer looking top of the key instead, gets it into the corner to Marigioli. Marigioli, top of the key, back to Moshkow. Moshkow now. Great ball movement here by the Crusaders as Marigioli had it top of the key, now to the right wing to Barth. Barth looking down low. Crusaders really doing a nice job this possession, not rushing anything. Looking for the best shot. That one tipped out right in front of the Mount Horeb student section. Definitely not a good place to be if you're a Crusader. Inbounded to Andy's 5'5" senior guard running the offense here. Now to Marigioli, 5'6" senior. Another senior-led team is Edgewood. Errant pass there. Maisha Thompson flying out of nowhere. Gets her second steal of the game. Layup no good. Livefree there. And the foul. Leah Livefree crashing the offensive board. Getting that one to drop. Hoop and the harm. 7:23 left. This game now knotted at 10. Livefree looking to put Mount Horeb back in the lead. Guys, what have you seen early on from the Crusaders that you're really liking?
So far they've been able to move the ball around really well, I think. Get it to the corners. They have 2 nice threes so far. And their shooting's been pretty good tonight so far.
They've been trapping on defense really well. Forcing those turnovers, again, that Mount Horeb has been having trouble with.
That foul, second on Marigioli. As that a turnover there by the Vikings. But as you said, guys, great job here by Edgewood. Patience looking for the open three. That one tipped out by Anderson as the Vikings turn it right back over. .709 left in this first half. Burke checking in, Livefree checking out as the Vikings lead this one by 1. Led 8-2 early on. Edgewood storming back, eventually taking a 10-8 lead, and then Livefree just last possession, getting that and one down low to Barth. Barth, as this lead changes yet again off of a floater from Fernandez. Sophomore guard getting on the board again. Anderson, Addie Anderson, that is, getting pushed from behind. That'll be the 4th foul on the Crusaders. That one on Amber Gross, 5'8" senior guard, her first. Grace Vesterman now running the offense here to Anderson, now into the corner to Thompson. Addie Anderson setting a screen, looking around the little 2-man game as that one turned over, and I believe a foul will be called on Maisha Thompson.
Excellent defense there by Wonka. Was able to get in there and get that steal.
Wonka, as you said, great defense there for the Crusaders. Crusaders really pretty strong defense this entire game. Vikings, of course, putting up 11 as that foul was the first on Maisha Thompson, as a deflected pass will stay. Well, actually be Vikings ball, excuse me. I thought Vesperman might have tipped that, but they say out on Edgewood. Vesperman, as I was saying, member of that cross-country team, had a very strong season, as Coach Tom Lazar will take a timeout. Full timeout will take one as well. Vikings trailing 12-11, 6:25 left in this first half.
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves. Providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb, our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit MountHorebUtilities.com.
Want to listen to Wisco on the go? Download our app from your phone's app store.
Welcome back here to Mount Horeb High School. Vikings trailing by 1, 12-11. Very back and forth game early on, guys. What do you think the Vikings could do to maybe pull this one wide open in the first half and never look back in the second?
I was thinking maybe not give so much effort going to the rim. Maybe try to take some more shots instead. They're trying to like force it seems like. Instead, maybe they just need to swing it out and just wait for the open man.
Turnover there again by the Vikings. Got to be their 5th or 6th this first half as Edgewood nearly turning it over as a timeout called. Laura Staten is not happy with their team whatsoever. 30-second timeout. We will keep it here. Looking at the stats here early on for both sides. One of these guys will go over them.
I mean, as you can see right now, since it's so early in the game and not much has been scored, not really that standout leading scorer for really either team. Leading scorer on Edgewood, Fernandez with 5 points, and leading scorer on Mount Horeb is tied twice, shared with Grace Vesterman and Emma Anderson.
Vesterman and Anderson leading here in scoring in this game, leading on the season. Vesterman right under 15 at 14.6. She nearly gets that steal. Anderson at 10.6. Kicked out, top of the key to Myers. Myers gets it down low. Little bully ball. Nice post play there as an offensive foul is called on the Crusaders. Couple ticks under 6 minutes left as Buys and Live would have to wait till the next dead ball apparently to check in. Vesperman to Burke. Burke corner three does not go up. Anderson thought about the three as well. Instead gets it to Thompson. Thompson, Vikings really liking this right baseline as Walker gets yet another steal. Down other end of the court, layup up and good for number 22, Amber Gross. Gross getting another two here. Now Crusaders lead expands to 3, 14-11, 5.5 left in this first half. Vesperman directing traffic, getting it to Burke. Burke looking down to Anderson, who instead comes up top and then gets it to Maesh Thompson. Thompson driving left. Anderson top of the key now to Vesperman. Vesperman looking to Addie Anderson. Instead drives lane, floater up, no good. Rebounded by Addie Anderson. Anderson gets that one stripped and a foul. I believe they're calling that one a shooting foul. Much to the disbelief of Abby Myers, her first 5th team on the Crusaders. Anderson at the line for 2. Anderson's first back iron, no good. As Bias checks in, Library looking like she will check in for Addie Anderson if she makes this free throw. If not, Library will wait to check in. That second free throw back iron, no good. Rebounded by the recently checked in Bias down to Emma Anderson, who's fouled on the way up. Anderson sisters drawing a couple fouls here, as that will give the Crusaders their 6th team foul, number 45. Grace Wanko, her 2nd. Emma Anderson at the line for paired. Her first is up and good. Checking in is Library. Checking out is Addie Anderson. Also looking to check in is Emily Wallace. Wallace, as I've said, who checks in from Vesperman, seeing limited playing time due to a back injury she sustained earlier in the season. Kind of been nagging her as of late. Anderson 2nd, up and good. Now 14-13, right at 5 minutes left in this first half. Down low now, back top of the key, swinging it over to Gross. Gross into the corner to Myers, now down to Fernandez. Fernandez down low. Schmatzer up top of the key now to Gross in the corner. Schmatzer gets it back top of the key, back to Gross. That one will be Edgewood ball. Inbounding it here is Amber Gross. Gross looking to get it to Fernandez. Instead gets it to Myers. That one nearly backcourt. Myers drives. Layup no good. Rebounded, excuse me, by Leibfried. Anderson now marching it across the timeline over to Thompson. Thompson driving right, hard fall as Thompson's right knee looked to take the brunt of that fall. Schmatzer picking up that foul. 6'2" junior forward, her first. 7th on the team now. Vikings will be 1-1 for a couple more fouls and then double bonus after that. Thompson's first front iron rattles in. Moshko checking back in. 5'5" sophomore guard. Thompson second. Airborne. Good. Vesterman checks in. Thompson checks out. As assistant coach Michael Cassidy, also a business teacher at the high school, looking after Thompson, as is trainer Sherry Elmquist. Over now to Schmatzer, top of the key. Schmatzer getting it to Gross. Gross now to Fernandez, corner, right corner to be exact. Great ball movement here. Layup no good, but definitely one strong thing that come out of that possession is how great the ball movement was. Extra passes left and right resulting in a layup. Now Anderson driving. Vesperman, corner three, good. Grace Vesperman gives the Vikings a 4-point lead, 18-14 Vikings on a nice little 7-0 spurt here, 3:33 left in this first half, 18-14 Mount Horeb on top. Foul will be called, I believe, on Grace Vesperman. Grace Vesperman indeed called with the hold. Now 4th team foul on the Vikings. 3:32 left in the first half. Vikings, nice little response to a 8-0 run early on by Edgewood on a 7-0 run of their own. Fernandez getting it in to Moshko. Her corner three, well short, no good. Vikings pulling down the board. Who else other than Leibfried? Vesperman now getting out and running with it to Anderson. Anderson, of course, looking to go right instead. Goes left. Wallace wide open for a corner three instead. Vesperman's three up and no good. Wallace, Vikings maybe able to skip past that near corner to us. What an open three for Wallace. Now Barth double dribble, turnover Crusaders. Edgewood kind of unable to do anything offensively last few possession guys. Wallace gets it in. Now Wallace looking to get it across the timeline, instead nearly turned over to Vesperman. Vesperman hounded by some Crusader defenders to Anderson. Anderson picking up the screen from Leibfried. Leibfried, Vesperman now top key to Baez. Baez looking to get it into Wallace, into the corner. She does. Great screen and roll there by the Vikings. Great finish there by Addie Baez, senior, number 32, getting her first bucket. This one, 2014. Nice little 8-0 run here by Mount Horeb. 9-0 run, excuse me, by Mount Horeb to take a 2014 lead. That three, corner, no good. Wallace, or excuse me, Vesperman pulling that one down. Wallace now near corner to us. To Vesperman looking to get it to Leibfried. Instead, Viking foul on number 34, Leah Leibfried, her second, 5th on the team. 2:12 left here in the first half. Vikings up 2014. Zoe Parker checking in. Leah Leibfried checking out for Mount Horeb. Fernandez, who else other than Fernandez running offense here for Edgewood? Down to Barth. Barth will turn around jumper up and good, putting the end of 9-0 Vikings run. Anderson to Vesperman. Vesperman now using her long distance running ability to get it across half court. Getting it to Emily Wallace. Wallace going right now. Anderson posting up down low. Do not see her in time to do the Vikings. To Wallace. Wallace getting a screen from Baez. Her laying up and good. That screen and roll. Wallace and Baez connection really proving to be working pretty well here for the Vikings in the first half as they take a 6-point lead. This game really been a game of runs, as I said. 8-0 run in the first half first little part of this half for Edgewood as the pull-up off to the left by Fernandez. Vikings pull that one down. 8-0 run by Edgewood as a foul is called, but then a 9-0 run in response by Mount Horeb. Taya Fernandez getting called for her first foul as Vesterman will be at the line shooting the 1-and-1 bonus. 22-16 Mount Horeb on top, 1:08 left in this first half. Off right, no good for Vesterman. Vikings, as Emily Wallace said, kind of struggling from the line. This game, not much different than what Wallace was talking about the first 5 games of the season for Mount Horeb. Down to Schmatzer. Schmatzer looking supposed up by. She does indeed. Now skip, corner, up, no good. That one out. Will be Vikings ball. Emma Anderson inbounding right in front of the student section as a little bit of confusion going on here. Refs now deciding to talk it out. It looks like it may have been tipped out by Anderson. As I guess they did say it was tipped out by Anderson. My eyes did not deceive me. Inbounding it here is Amber Gross, 5'8" senior guard, being hounded by the Mount Horeb student section from behind. In now to Fernandez. That 3 up, no good. Vikings might be wise to hold for the last shot here. 35.9 seconds left. 22-16 the score. Guys, what have you seen late in this first half that the Vikings have done pretty well?
Well, for starters, scoring. I mean, they really have. They've been able to put the ball in the basket. Defense has been well. Going on an 8-0, I think it was, 9-0 run. Obviously, not only offense has to work on that, but defense as well.
Ball is 3 up and off, no good. Vikings now on an 11-2 run late in the first half. 10 seconds left. Edgewood actually not wanting to hold that to to end the half, as Leibfried now loses it. Vesperman to Leibfried. Shot up, no good to end the half. Vikings will head into the locker room, 22-16 lead. You are listening to Mount Horeb Basketball here on Wisco Radio.
Doctors Steve Samuelson and Lauren Taw are your local eye care professionals. Samuelson Eye Care provides the highest quality optometric care for both adults and children in a friendly, comfortable, and professional environment. Clear vision starts with healthy eyes. So contact Samuelson Eye Care at 437-3377. That's 437-3377 to schedule an exam today. You'll be glad you did.
Now, back to the action. Right here on Wisco Radio.
Located in the heart of beautiful Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, Norsk Golf Club boasts a tough but fair 9 holes that will be challenging and fun for golfers of all ages. Norsk Golf Club is dedicated to serving our community by creating a family-friendly destination for golf, outdoor recreation, and entertainment in every season while preserving the irreplaceable green space in the center of Mount Horeb. Don't forget about our bar and grill, bowling lanes, and to stop by and watch the Wisco Radio broadcasts. To book a tee time, visit us online at norskgolfclub.com or call 608-437-3399. That's 608-437-3399.
Find out previous stats, replays of past games, and weekly podcasts covering all Vikings athletic action by going to wiscoradio.com and clicking under the Archives podcast tab.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team just like Kittleson Landscape has for over 25 years. Like many of you, Craig and his team have students and athletes in the Mount Horeb schools, and they are dedicated to their success and the overall success of the athletic programs. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscape specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
Wisco Radio, the leader in Wisconsin prep sports.
When the stadium lights go on, you know it's time for Mount Horeb Barneville football, and that's where you'll find Mark Norman and Associates. As a parent and local business owner, Mark knows the importance of supporting high school athletics, the athletic program, and Mount Horeb Barneville football. Mark Norman and Associates also knows the importance of buying or selling your property. At First Weber of Mount Horeb, Mark Norman and Associates want to help you find the perfect home in the area, whether it be in the town or in the country. For the expertise and the experience you need, call 608-575-3393 or visit them online, marknorman.firstweber.com.
Want to listen to Wisco on the go? Download our app from your phone's app store.
The Grand Stay Hotel and Suites is a brand new hotel in Mount Horeb. The Grand Stay caters to business and leisure travelers and is ideal for individuals and families. In a convenient location near Madison, Grand Stay is also a great option for guests visiting neighboring Barneveld or Epic Systems in Verona. We offer clean, comfortable rooms, free hot breakfast, an indoor pool, hot tub, and a 24-hour fitness center. To see pictures, visit grandstaymount.horeb.com, book online, or call 608-437-5200 to make your reservation today.
This is Wisco Radio.
Farmers Savings Bank is proud of their community banking tradition. Farmers Savings Bank is committed to providing a high level of customer service and products to enhance the well-being of the communities they serve. Whether it is for a home, farm, land, or business loan, Farmers Savings Bank has money to lend. Be sure to call your local Mount Horeb Farmers Savings Bank today at 437-2265. Farmers Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Wisco Radio.
Are you in need of chiropractic services? Dr. Joe Ryan of Mount Horeb Chiropractic will provide the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. Dr. Ryan uses advanced spinal correction and chiropractic adjustments utilizing state-of-the-art techniques. Dr. Ryan has years of training, expertise, and experience in helping patients get relief from their back pain, neck pain, and other related conditions. Located at 1840 Business Highway 18151 next to Pizza Hut, or call 608-437-0099 to set up an appointment today.
Wisco Radio, the leader in Wisconsin prep sports.
Welcome back here to Wisco Radio. 22-16, Vikings on top, 5:10 left in this halftime. Hand it over to Will for a few stats from the first half for both squads.
Yeah, so, 22-16 to score, nothing really special, but we got on Mount Horeb for Maisha Thompson. She made 2 free throws, so she's got 2. Emma Anderson made a basket and had one of her 2 free throws fall, so she's got 3. Grace Resterman hit 2 threes in that first half, and she's got 6 points. Addie Buys, number 32, 2 2-pointers, and Leah Leibfried with 2 2-pointers and a made free throw. So she's got 5. Grace is our leading scorer with 6. And over on the Edgewood Crusaders side, Moshka's got triple. Fernandez got 5 points, been running the point a lot. She's getting to score though too. Watson, number 14, has 2. Barth, number 15, has 2 as well. Gross again has 15, and
Blanca
has 2.
Very tough names to pronounce for this Edgewood squad. That was one of my favorite things with high school announcing back when I did it, was trying to figure out names. So 3 minutes and 47 seconds left. One thing I've kind of noticed in this first half is how the seniority of Mount Horeb has really kind of played to their advantage. 8 seniors on the squad, of course. as I've said a couple of times, these players, when I was a senior, were sophomores at the time, so they've been around this head coach Tom Lazar and this Mount Horeb basketball system for quite a while. And what we have is that Kenzie Coulthard just tuned in from Ames, Iowa State sophomore. So shout out to Kenzie for tuning in. Vikings retake the court, 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in this halftime. We'll take one more break. We'll be right back.
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves, providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb. Our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit MountHorebUtilities.com.
Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Wisco Radio for photos, stats, the tip tracker, and much more.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team just like Kittleson Landscape has for over 25 years. Like many of you, Craig and his team have students and athletes in the Mount Horeb schools, and they are dedicated to their success and the overall success of the athletic programs. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscape specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
Want to listen to Wisco on the go? Download our app from your phone's app store.
When the stadium lights go on, you know it's time for Mount Horeb Barneville football, and that's where you'll find Mark Norman and Associates. As a parent and local business owner, Mark knows the importance of supporting high school athletics, the athletic program, and Mount Horeb Barneville football. Mark Norman and Associates also knows the importance of buying or selling your property. At First Weber of Mount Horeb, Mark Norman and Associates want to help you find the perfect home in the area, whether it be in the town or in the country. For the expertise and the experience you need, call 608-575-3393 or visit them online, marknorman.firstweber.com.
Now, back to the action, right here on Wisco Radio.
Welcome back here to Wisco Radio. One more shout out I'd like to do. Well, we got about a minute until half. Simon Baker, one of my other buddies listening in Pella, Iowa, Central College soccer player. So shout out to Simon for tuning in. 42 seconds left. What do you guys think some keys to the second half are for the Vikings to not only maintain this lead, but maybe push it to a bigger lead and maybe blow this game wide open?
Yeah, for starters, I mean, they got to play some defense, keep that defense up, especially like the defense they played at the end of the half. And obviously, score. Get points off those defensive effort. That's really how they're going to extend this lead if they want to.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, they need to hold on to the defense. Like, Edgewood, they started the half off really good on defense. That's how they held that lead. Then they let up a 9-0 run because they started getting a little sloppy, and that's how now Mount Horeb has a 22-16 lead.
Yeah, this game really a game of runs. And Vikings started up 10-2. Edgewood coming back 9-0 run, 8-0 or 9-0 run, then taking the lead. And then after that, Vikings battled back on, I believe, an 11-2 run actually. It was 14-11 as Edgewood gets the ball out of the half. Marigioli to Fernandez. Fernandez still running things offensively here for Edgewood. Over to Fernandez. Fernandez down low. Layup up and good to start the half. Anderson now looking to get it across the timeline. Buys now getting it in the corner to Wallace. Wallace starting the second half. Although she didn't start the game. Starting this second half for Coach Tom Lazar. Wallace now driving left. Leibfried to Vesterman in the corner. Looking to get it to Anderson down low instead. To Leibfried, who then gets it down to Anderson down low. Anderson. The jump ball is the call. I believe this will stay with the Vikings. 17:02 left in This first half, Vikings lead trimmed from 6-4, now 22-18. Live feed now, Vesperman. Vesperman driving right, layup up and good for Grace Vesperman. 24-18, Vikings now on top. Vikings playing a little full court press of their own as Fernandez now gets it as the press is backed off. Fernandez crossing left, getting it to Andy's top key. Now pump fake on the three by Marigioli. Marigioli to Barth. Barth looking to get it. Now it's down low. Layup up, no good for Gross, who then eventually draws a foul. First foul of the half for Mount Horeb. Vesperman picking up number 2. Nice little step through there by Barth, who's unable to connect on the lane. Jump ball will stay down here. 24-18, Vikings on top. 16:21 left in this ball game. Inbounded near half court. Now down low through the double team. That one, well, nearing us as there is another foul on the Vikings. Going to the line is Allie Barth. Free throw back iron as that fouls on number 34, Leah Livefried, her third as she checks out. Maisha Thompson checks in. Thompson, of course, banged up her right knee in the first half on a hard fall. Looks to be just fine now. Second of 2 free throws. Good. Allie Barth connecting on the second of 2. Wallace now not really sure where to go with it as she gets it to Vesperman. Wallace now directing traffic as Vesperman gets it across. Triple teamed out to Wallace. 2 buys now. Thompson fouled on the way up.
Edgewood foul, number 20.
Marigioli picking up number 3 as Maisha Thompson goes to line for a couple. Thompson's first up front iron, no good. And as I've said a few times, Emily Wallace talked pregame about how lackluster the Vikings free throw shooting has been this season. And this game, as Thompson's second front iron as well, this game hasn't been the greatest for Mount Horeb from the line as well. Fernandez getting it across the timeline, looking for a screen, instead crosses left, drives a lane, may have gotten away with a little push-off as she puts that one in. 24-21, Vikings on top, 15-38 and counting. Left in the first. Thompson now getting it from Wallace. Wallace, a senior, directing traffic now to Wallace. Wallace driving the lane and going down. Vikings fans might hold their breath a little bit every time Wallace goes down, of course. As I've said a few times, aggravated that back last game after injuring it earlier in the season. Vesperman into Wallace. Wallace driving, stepping back to Vesperman. Vesperman now picking up a screen from Bies. Vesperman driving the lane, fouled on the way up. Will be the second foul of the half. Guys, what have you seen in this first couple of minutes from the Vikings that you really like?
Well, for starters, a lot of pretty decent on the defensive end. I mean, nothing really that pops out for sure. I mean, not scoring has been pretty decent. Got a couple of buckets to go.
Vesperman's first, nothing but the bottom of the net, so give Grace Vesperman another point. As her second of 2 front iron. Vikings only hit 1 of their last 4 from the line. Definitely something Coach Chalmazar and Michael Cassidy could look at and be like, guys, you got to fix this going forward if you want to turn these close games into blowouts, or maybe make close games into ones the Vikings pull out as a victory. Parker open right corner, elects not to shoot it. Maybe a smart choice. Down to Buys. Buys down low, shot no good. That pass deflected, will stay down here. Looking up at the scoreboard to our left, looks like Emma Anderson with 5. And Zoe Parker coming off the bench here, scoreless. Wallace, of course, coming off the bench first half, also scoreless. That likely to change. Both of those players capable of filling it up pretty quick. Anderson, great defensive play there as she gets the block. Wallace now driving right, kicking to Parker. Parker looking to get it to Vesperman. She does indeed. Vesperman could have maybe pulled a quick 3 and instead elects spin move as she's fouled on the way up. Pretty sloppy half, I guess you could say, when it comes to fouls. 5 already in the first about 3.5 minutes if you combine the two teams. That foul on the Crusaders will send Vesperman to the line. Madison Foley picking that foul up. Vesperman's first up and rattles home. 26-21 Vikings. 14-39 in the first half. Second Vesperman up and good. As this lead now grows to 6, back what it originally was at halftime. Down low, and a reach-in is called, much to the chagrin of Addie Buys. Buys picking up her first, third on the team. Scoreboard's yet to update to our right. Schmatzer looking to post up one of the Vikings. She does indeed, as that will stay with the Crusaders. Inbounding in here for Edgewood, number 22, Amber Gross. As she looks to get it into Fernandez, instead lobs it in to Schmatzer. Schmatzer, great patience there to kick out. And layup up, no good for Edgewood. That ball got Grace Vesterman coming flying right at her table. A little scary sight to have a player coming full speed at you. Wallace now gets it across half court. To Buys to Vesterman. Vesterman crossing right. That pass tip deflected, will stay with the Vikings. Now to Zoe Parker. Parker driving left, courtesy of an Emma Anderson screen. Parker saying she walked. A lot of contact down there. Let's call it travel as Leibfried will check in. Buys will check out. Who else would you guess to bringing the ball up other than Taya Fernandez, sophomore guard? Getting it down to Wonko, fouled on the way up. As that ball comes our way. At the line here for Edgewood is Grace Wonko, 5'8" junior guard. First free throw up and good. 27-22 now the game. Is a 5-point deficit here. Second up, back iron, no good. One thing I think both of these teams can work on is free throw shooting, guys. Vikings, I believe all 3 of their second half points are from the line, 3 of 6. So I definitely think both teams maybe could take a practice just to work on free throws and maybe add some points to their games.
Yeah, I think so. That would definitely improve their games. As you said last, it would have definitely helped give them a better chance than last week's game.
That lay-in up and good for Schmatzer, as now Wallace has to drive left to avoid a double team. This full court press just suffocating from the Edgewood Crusaders. Vesperin now trapped right at half court. Vikings somehow get it across to Baez, who's fouled on the way up.
Edgewood foul, number 1, Tina Fernandez, for second.
Fernandez picking up her second. One thing Vikings could do, maybe no, Fernandez has two, and she's really the offensive catalyst here for Edgewood. Got to just drive right at her, make her pick up her third, maybe fourth. Force her to go to the bench, as the first 4 buys no good. Second 4 buys is in the air, up, and that one, not sure if she banked that in or it just rattled home. Bank may still be open at 8:38. Not quite sure though, as Vikings now 28-24 on top into Foley in the corner. Foley gets it down low, and I believe a foul will be called on Buys. Will be the 5th of the half already. 9th total. 5 on the Vikings, 4 on the Crusaders. Buys picks up number 1 on the evening. Olivia Burke checking in here for Mount Horeb in 4 buys. Inbounding it to Schmatzer. Are the Crusaders to Fernandez. Fernandez driving right, crossing left. Now back to the right. Down to Wonko, who gets the foul on Parker. Vikings already at 6 fouls. 7 will put the Crusaders in the bonus. And there's still 12:52 left in this ballgame. One thing the Vikings really need to clean up is the fouls on defense. Right as I say that, great defense by Zoe Parker. As the refs got to discuss this one to see what they're going to come up with. Jump ball will stay with Edgewood. Not sure what happened defensively there for the Vikings. That inbound play resulted in a wide open layup, which was missed. And then the corner 3 by Fernandez is also missed. But great play design there. Out of bounds play by Edgewood. Wide open layup. Maybe a better pass would have led to a cleaner layup opportunity, as well as orchestrating offense here. For Mount Horeb seriously thought about that 3, elected not to take it. To Parker, who then rejects the screen, drives right. Now to Livefried, her layup, no good, will be Edgewood ball. Rowan Johnson checking back in here. Sophomore seeing considerable playing time in a close game. Right off the bench, gets the steal, and lay-in is no good. Guys, what do you think the Crusaders could do here midway through the second half to maybe make this a close game or give them the lead on the road?
Well, I guess for starters, keep making buckets, especially those shots like last possession. They had a nice layup opportunity and a wide open 3. They got to knock both those down, either one of them. They got to start hitting their shots and they're playing decent defense. So just keep that up and hopefully shots will start falling.
Taya Fernandez first at the line, rattles home somehow, give Fernandez another point. But the Vikings already 17 fouls and not even 6 minutes of play, as Edgewood's going to be shooting a ton of free throws. Second for Fernandez, up and good. Make this a 2-point game. It was just a 6-point lead for Mount Horeb. What feels like seconds ago now trimmed to 2. And a turnover here for the Vikings. Wonko's layup, no good. Vesperman gets fouled. Laura Stabeness, head coach for Edgewood, really showing some emotion here in this close game. As it's down to a 2-point lead, Anderson, that ball out of bounds, will stay with the Vikings. .56 left in this ballgame. 28-26 Vikings in a little bit of a scoring drought here. Just got to find the bucket a couple of times. As that is the third foul on Fernandez. That call really could have gone either way. Fernandez ultimately picked up the foul, but it looks like Vesperman may have been pushing off a little bit. So interesting call there by one of the referees. Live feed now to Vesperman. Vesperman driving right to Anderson. Anderson driving left and goes down hard. Fouled on the way up was Emma. Lily Moshkout picking up her first. As Anderson's still down. Anderson helped to her feet, limping quite noticeably. As this was a 2-point game, so big free throws here for Anderson. 17 fouls both ways on the Vikings and the Crusaders. What do you guys think the Vikings and Crusaders can do to clean that up and not put either team in the double bonus?
When they trap or they get close, they tend to reach, and they just can't be doing that. If you're going to trap, no need to reach unless you know you have a clear steal. And then, especially when they say miss a shot and the other team gets a rebound, they try and go for it, which is natural for a lot of people, but you can't be doing that if you want to win this game.
Anderson knocking down her first, checking in. Couple new substitutions as Fernandez and Andes hit the bench. Second for Anderson, well short, as it's still only a 3-point lead. This was 6 at halftime, we believe 24-18. Vikings only with 5 points in about 7 minutes. Down low, double teamed. Splitting the double is Barth, as that will be a jump ball. Eddie Anderson replacing Liv Burke here for Mount Horeb. 11:16 left, 29-26 Vikings clinging to a 3-point lead. Anderson immediately doubled. It's one thing Edgewood's really stepped up this second half is doubling. And it's really seeming to be working as the Vikings really need, on possessions like that where they get sped up, they really just need to slow it down, back the ball out, take their time, look for the best shot, rather than forcing a layup like they did there. Down to Barth, and I believe they say she walked with it. Vesperman weaving through defenders here. Anderson out to Thompson, top of the key. Errant turnover there. Lifree just wasn't ready for the pass from Thompson, and that might be the turnovers that come back to haunt the Vikings in a close game like this. Vesperman, great defense here on Foley, as she forces Foley to give that one up. Layup up and good for Barth, just like that. It was 24-18 at the half. 8 minutes in is now 29-28. Jump ball is the call. All the momentum's going the way of the Crusaders. Leading for Mount Horeb in the scoring, at least that's in the game, none other than Grace Vestrin with 11 of the 29 for the Vikings. Number 22, Amber Gross, inbounding it here. Gets it in without a problem. Wonka loses that one a little bit. Up to Gross, top key Gross, looking to get it to Andes. She does indeed, up to Wonko, top key Wonko. Now swinging it around, a little bit of an errant pass there. Vestrin lucky she didn't get called for a foul. Thompson tipped that one. Wallace, great post defense there. Thompson getting hounded there, no foul called. As with 9:28 left, still a 1-point game. Definitely one thing, regardless of this outcome, guys, is this scoring drought here by the Vikings. Only putting up 5 points in over 8 minutes of play. Something Coach Chalmazar needs to look at a little bit. Wonko, top of the key. Wallace giving up about 6 inches down low to Marigioli. They're not going to her. Now they do. Vikings, just like that, trail by 1, 30-29. Here, Wallace hits the deck and will be going to the line for a 1-and-1 bonus. It's another thing the Vikings could do here. Know that they're in the 1-and-1 bonus for a couple more fouls and just attack the paint, force fouls, and get to the line, hopefully knock down free throws. Checking in for the Crusaders here. Is Schmatzer. Checking out is Barth. Ball is first, back iron right, no good. Those free throw misses, especially in close games like this where Vikings, I believe all their points this half are from the line. Probably around 5 of 10 from the line. Make 2-3 more of those, they're in the lead. Out to Fernandez, top key Fernandez, putting some moves on Vesperman, and a foul will be called on Wonkwo. Wonko, her fourth in for her. Just hit the bench was 5'8" junior Madison Foley back in at the snap of a finger. Head coach Laura Staveness looking to get any advantage she can here on the Vikings, and that is one of them, an illegal screen on Addie Baez, her second of the game if I'm not mistaken. Her third foul of the game. And as I said, I believe 2 of those 3 are on screens like that where she just wasn't set, maybe stuck the hip out a little bit. Fernandez still running things at the point here. Fernandez only a sophomore, but seeing a lot of playing time. Can only remember 1 or 2 times she's been on the bench more than a minute or so. Just like that, and the foul is Addie Schmatzer. Edgewood crowd pretty vocal here. Weren't for most of the first half, but now their team 14-5 run here over almost 10 minutes of play. Vikings can't be scoring only 5 points in about 10 minutes. Free throw for Schmatzer, no good. Offensive board, there's what we've been talking about this whole game, guys. Don't allow offensive boards. That one, fortunately, didn't come back to haunt the Vikings, but you just can't be giving up easy opportunities for second or even third chance points like that. Turnover, not a turnover, looks like the ref signaled for it to be Edgewood ball. Instead, Mount Horeb retains possession. Not in a good spot there to be trapped as Wallace hits the deck again. Turnover, Vikings, no travel called there. Just kind of flinging it out, hoping for the best. Did not end up being as good as it could have been. As 8 minutes left in this one, 3-point deficit. 7:52 and ticking. Vikings trailing by 3. Anderson looking to get it to Vesperman. She does right by that student section. Somehow saved by Vesperman. Anderson trapped in a horrible spot. Somehow skips it to Wallace, down to Anderson. Refs really just letting these players play. A lot of contact down low. Vikings fans screaming for a foul. Nothing is called other than a jump ball. If I remember right from their last home game, pretty physical game as well. Refs really just let them play. Full timeout taken by Coach Tom Lazar. Will take one as well. We'll be right back.
The Grand Stay Hotel and Suites is a brand new hotel in Mount Horeb. The Grand Stay caters to business and leisure travelers and is ideal for individuals and families. In a convenient location near Madison, Grand Stay is also a great option for guests visiting neighboring Barneveld or Epic Systems in Verona. We offer clean, comfortable rooms, free hot breakfast, an indoor pool, hot tub, and a 24-hour fitness center. To see pictures, visit grandstaymount.horeb.com, book online, or call 608-437-5200 to make your reservation today.
Now it's time to get back to the Vikings athletic action, brought to you live right here on Wisco Radio.
Welcome back here to Wisco Radio. 32-29, Edgewood 14-5 run to start this half. Over about 8.5 minutes. One thing, as I'm talking with Kenzie Coulthard a little bit, one thing we're both thinking about is how this Vikings team could use that seniority to their advantage. Kenzie, of course, 4-year basketball player. Now, as I said, down to Iowa State. So thank you to Kenzie for listening. This ball inbounded to Livefree, nearly stolen away. Indeed, it was stolen away as Edgewood gets another turnover. Down to Schmatzer. Schmatzer, nobody home for the Vikings. Another lay-in for Edgewood. Vikings now trailing by 5. Things kind of really going left here for Mount Horeb. .702 left in this one. 34-29. Vikings trailing. Foley picking up her second. Double bonus here on out for both squads. A lot of free throws to be had over the next 7 minutes of game time. Thompson's first right and short. No good. Seems like a lot of these free throws during this game have been short for both squads. Maybe a couple hard practices. Legs are really sore. That's second up and good. One thing Vikings got to stop doing is splitting these free throws. One make, one miss. Close game like this, as I always say, as Schmatzer saying that one staying with the Crusaders. Schmatzer got away with a push. May or may not have, I should say. As Amber goes to inbounding this. One thing, as I was saying, Vikings got to stop doing is splitting free throws. Got to start making both as they're still trailing by 4. Great defense there by Anderson. Another turnover there for Mount Horeb. 3rd or 4th straight possession with a turnover as Sydney Elliott recently checked in. Lazar going deep into that bench, as Emily and I talked about pregame. The Vikings utilizing a lot of players off the bench. Fernandez, pretty crafty player, I'll give that to her, as she draws the third on Grace Vesperman. First up and no good for Fernandez. Big suggestion here from one of my buddies, Simon Baker, is saying we got to go man-to-man or zone defense. I totally agree with him. Whatever. As second free throw, short, no good. Rebound to Anderson. This Vikings defense kind of looking a little disoriented here in the second half. Offense a little shaky as well. As Rowan Johnson looks to check in for Mount Horeb. Thompson thought about the three, elected to not take it, gets it to Anderson. Anderson into the corner to Vesperman. Vesperman, nice little spin move, create a little bit of separation into the corner. Anderson, another turnover, Mount Horeb. The Vikings turnovers on at least their last 3 possessions. As in a close game, that's something you just got to eliminate altogether. Schmatzer, layup, good. Schmatzer really having herself a great second half. I believe all of her points, or if not all, most of them have came in the second half. Vesterman breaking that press, says, I'm going to do it myself. She does indeed. Thompson now in the right corner, buys with a screen. Thompson, that layup just cannot fall here for the Vikings. That will be Crusader ball. 36-30 here. A couple substitutions for Mount Horeb, along with Allie Barth replacing Schmatzer here for Edgewood. Timeout taken here. Looks to be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 5:10 left in this one. 36-30. Mount Horeb trailing, guys. What do you think Mount Horeb can do down the stretch here to maybe turn this one around and pull out a victory in front of their home crowd?
They just need to get a basket call. That's really all that has to happen. They're made 6 free throws tonight in the second half, and that's all that's happened. And their defense, with their fouling, hasn't been good. They need to go more straight up, not reach. Just play smarter.
Looking like the 5 on the court for Mount Horeb. Vesperman, Anderson, Rowan Johnson, Sydney Elliott, and Leibfried. As you said, though, 6 points here in almost 13 minutes of play. Every single point coming from the line. Field goal just not dropping for Mount Horeb. It's almost like there's a lid on the basket. Edgewood now looking to expand their lead to 8 or possibly even 9 with 5 minutes left. Nobody on Amber Gross somehow results in an Emma Anderson block. Not entirely sure how Anderson got to that one, but she did. In for Mount Horeb is Burke. Out for Mount Horeb is Leibfried. This ball staying with Edgewood as the Crusaders still looking to add to their lead. Jump ball called, will go the way of the Vikings. 4:48 left. Vikings still down 6. Anderson looking to get it to Johnson. She does indeed. As now Johnson looking to get across half court. She does. Vesterman says why not from 3. No good. Rebounded Edgewood. And a foul is called. Really nothing going the way of the Vikings here late, guys. Sydney Elliott recently checked into the game, picking up her first on the evening. Unfazed by the Mount Horeb crowd is Abby Myers, senior, showing off what she can do from the line. Elliott checks out, Vesperman checks in. 37-30 here for Mount Horeb. Nice little comeback here needed for the Vikings. Second up good. 38-30 now. Vikings really got to do something in a hurry, starting with breaking this Edgewood press. Vikings going backwards here to Wallace. Not what they need to do. Nice little crossover there by Wally. Wally splitting almost a triple team there. Burke now to Anderson. Anderson back to Burke to Vesperman. Vesperman driving left, picking up a screen from Burke. Vesperman. That layup up and good. 4 minutes left. Took 14 minutes for the Vikings to get not only their 7th and 8th points, but their first field goal of the game. As Fernandez, or first field goal of the half, excuse me, Fernandez recently checked back in for Edgewood. Now Edgewood looking not to waste a little bit of clock. Thought they might take a little bit of clock off there. Fernandez. Her layup up, no good. That will stay down on this end of the court. But another offensive rebound allowed there by Mount Horeb. Leibfried looking to check in for the Vikings.
Check in for the Vikings, number 34, Leah Leibfried.
Leah Leibfried replacing Olivia Burke off the bench. 32-30, 3:40 left and in this half. Fernandez top of the key now. Down into the middle of this zone defense as a double dribble is the call. 3:27 left. Maybe this is a little spark the Vikings need to come back down 6, 3.5 minutes left. Vesperman back to Wallace. Wallace looking to avoid a double team and then a turnover as she gets it to Vesperman. Vesperman crossing left. We got the only field goal of the half for Mount Horeb. Emma Anderson thought she could change that. Her layup no good as Vikings another empty possession. Anderson picking up her second. Crusaders will go to the line for a couple more free throws. After this game, Vikings will travel to Monroe on Saturday for a 4 o'clock tip. Number 10, Madison Foley, first up, no good. As maybe these missed opportunities are what the Vikings need, but they got to come down and score. Second for Foley, up and coming. Couple of spins. Second is short, no good. Couple of misses there as Johnson pulls down the board to Leibfried. Leibfried gets that one poked away. We'll stay with the Vikings. For the Crusaders, after this game tonight here in Mount Horeb, we'll go on to play home against Oregon Friday, and the next Wednesday, the 22nd, will be home versus Aquinas. Wallace now ball top of the key, crossing right, under screen from Leibfried to Vesperman. Vesperman, Vikings got to get something going here. They're taking too much time off the clock for how they haven't been able to put the ball in the bucket. Wally, nice little behind the back move. Vikings still trailing by 6, now under 2.5 minutes. Vesperman to Anderson. Anderson spinning and goes down hard. Anderson will go to the line for 2 big free throws here. Guys, what do you think the Vikings can do in the next 2 minutes, 18 seconds to switch things around and maybe pull out a victory somehow?
Well, it seems like they're just aiming for 1 free throw every 2 attempts now at this point. So if they can go to the free throw line 12 more times, then they'll be in luck.
Anderson's first somehow rattles home. Give Anderson another point. Leibfried out. Burke in for Mount Horeb. Another thing, big thing, Will Harrelson and I used to talk about, and then I talked about my senior year, was the stop and score mentality. Getting a stop on D, coming down, quick bucket, and repeating the process. Lane violation off a made free throw. Careless turnover there for the Vikings. Just when they make 2, lane violation on Rowan Johnson negates the free throw. 38-33 now, 2:12 left in this ball game. Vesperman, shall we say, really not a fan of that call. That's her 4th. will send number 22, Amber Gross, to line. Gross having herself a nice night. Only a couple of points, but looking to make an impact here with 2:08 left at the line. Her first, good. And the second coming after a few dribbles. Second for Gross, up and good. Vikings now down 7 with 2:07 left as they got to pull out something quick, and that is not what they needed. A turnover for Emma Anderson. Vikings only with 9 points in this half. 22 for Edgewood. Fernandez looking to make it a little more than 22 as she backs it out. Gets it down to Schmatzer. Schmatzer gets doubled with quickness as Fernandez gets trapped, gets it to Gross. Gross to Fernandez, top key Fernandez dribbling to Gross. Gross driving right. Not really sure what Edgewood's trying to do here other than just waste time, keep the ball in the hands of the Vikings. Schmatzer just flips it up and good, and that one might be all she wrote. 42-33, Vikings trailing now, minute 18 left. Second half, Emma Anderson. Layup up and good, quick timeout by Coach Tom Lazar. Still waiting on a 30 or a full. 30-second timeout. Vikings trailing by 7. Guys, what do you think the Vikings can do in this minute 13 to somehow maybe not win this game, but make it a close one?
Like you said earlier, that stop and score mentality. They need to get these stops, especially while Edgewood's going to be out here trying to waste clock. See if they can do something. But looking like this one's over, but, I mean, you never know.
And I wouldn't say start fouling down 7 with a minute 13. I know a lot of college or pro teams might start doing that. But not only does that just slow down the game, it might force the Vikings off. Say a missed second free throw, Vikings might come down and force something that they didn't need to, and the foul game will just continue. Definitely going to be interesting to see how Coach Tom Lazar and company plays out this next minute and 13 seconds. Rowan Johnson, the sophomore, staying in for the final little part of this game by the looks of it, as they looked for the Hail Mary pass, instead inbound it, nearing the Viking student section. Steal by Vesperman. Vesperman nearly turns it over. Vesperman's thought about pulling that three, just didn't do it. Now Burke driving. Vikings need to get something up in a hurry here. They're just wasting a lot of clock. Vesperman does just that. Viking student section, all of them thought she got fouled, maybe hit on the wrist, nothing called, as Anderson picks up number 3. Vikings, so many missed opportunities here in the second half where they could have turned a 7-point deficit into maybe a win, as they were up 6 at the half, 24-18. Edgewood came flying out of the gates and locked up defensively. And then that free throw up and good. Now 43-35 as Lonco checks in, replacing Marigioli. Second for Schmatzer. Airborne in just a second here. Her second up and good. Not quite sure why, but a 30-second timeout called. Or a full timeout actually is taken. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back.
Doctors Steve Samuelson and Lauren Taw are your local eye care professionals. Samuelson Eye Care provides the highest quality optometric care for both adults and children in a friendly, comfortable, and professional environment. Clear vision starts with healthy eyes. So contact Samuelson Eye Care at 437-3377. That's 437-3377 to schedule an exam today. You'll be glad you did.
Listen live on your favorite smart speaker. Just ask to play Wisco Radio.
Welcome back here to Mount Horeb High School. Vikings trailing 44-35. 49.6 seconds left. We'll get into this a little bit in the post-game show. One thing Vikings really could have and should have done here is find the bottom of the bucket a little bit more often. Really struggled to score this entire half, only putting up 11 points as opposed to the 26 of Edgewood. Vesterman fouled here, was looking for a little floater off of that, but was fouled before. And Wonko fouls out with that, 44.8 seconds left. Wonko seeing her last PT of the night. Wallace checks out. And in comes number 22, Jada Matthews, another sophomore, and seeing some playing time as Vesterman, her first up and good, 44-36. Also looking to check in, number 20, Ella Fager. So I got 3 sophomores in right now. Fager, along with Johnson and Matthews. As the second for Vesterman is Money. 44-37 now, 44.8 seconds left. Hail Mary pass as Vesterman tries fouling, does not get there in time. And now she does. 7.5 seconds tick off the clock there. As a great job by Taya Fernandez, just keeps swerving around Viking defenders as Grace Vesterman fouls out of this one. Looking to check in, number 4, Hallie Klein, the freshman, seeing some playing time. As Coach Tom Lazar just about out of options. First up, no good. A couple of the players thought this was a 1-and-1 bonus, as did I for a second. But it is double bonus. Emma Anderson checks out, and junior Allie Frischman checks in. Second up, no good. Miscommunication there by the Vikings, resulting in a turnover. That one tipped out. Mears Yoli checking in. Head coach Laura Stabeness really keeping a lot of her starters in. Not entirely sure why, as they're up 7. As it looks like the Vikings may be electing to not foul. Wise choice, as this one nearing 20 seconds. Taya Fernandez layup there. This one looking like it may be a 47-36 finish unless Rowan Johnson decides to change that. Shot up, no good. This one just about over. Foul on the Vikings as Jada Matthews misses her first shot attempt of the evening. 2 seconds left. Frischman just off the bench. Picking up foul number 1. Marigioli looking to add to her point total as her first up, no good. Second is up and good, 47-37, looking like the final. We'll take one quick break and then be back with the Wisco Radio postgame show. You're listening to Vikings basketball on Wisco Radio.
Do you want it?
Located in the heart of beautiful Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, Norsk Golf Club boasts a tough but fair 9 holes that will be challenging and fun for golfers of all ages. Norsk Golf Club is dedicated to serving our community by creating a family-friendly destination for golf, outdoor recreation, and entertainment in every season while preserving the irreplaceable green space in the center of Mount Horeb. Don't forget about our bar and grill, bowling lanes, and to stop by and watch the Wisco Radio broadcasts. To book a tee time, visit us online at norskgolfclub.com or call 608-437-3399. That's 608-437-3399.
Listen live on your favorite smart speaker. Just ask to play Wisco Radio.